Hey everyone, welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.02 version 7. This is your broadcaster Farron, and today's matchup is going to be another 1 versus 1. This time it is going to be on the map Tombs of Karna. As you can see, this is a map we have never seen on this channel and is not really very well played in the 1 versus 1 gameplay. Something I do regret. However, it is a very weird different map. As you can see, spawning in the southeast instead of the the southwest instead of the northwest is going to be the dark blue Mordor of Luke, and his opponent to the northeast is going to be the royal green Goblins of MattysMirks. Now, as you can see, MattysMirks has been was in that Stonewind tournament, and as for the tournament tourney, I'm going to get back to you in just a second on that. I'm not sure, but I'm fairly confident that Game 4 actually is no longer available for anyone. I'm not sure if it's ever going to resurface, as it is on an old PC somewhere, and I'm not sure if it's even retrievable at the moment. So Game 4 might have to be called soon enough. But anyway, back to this game, as we are not concerned with the Stonewind tournament at the moment. You do have Luke going for a double pit spam, trying to get some Goblin Warriors going out. You do have a Goblin Cave going up for MattysMirks. He eventually might want to go for a second one, and he's going to go for that second one right there. On this map, as it is kind of a little bit strange there, you do have the two inns is going to be in the southeast and the northwest instead of the southwest and the northeast. But they're protected by the caves, which are kind of on a hill here, protected by one single ramp. We have some Goblin Caves here on the east and west side of the map, as well as two Goblin Caves in the bend of the river on each player's side of the map. Some Orc Warriors for Luke going to go up the hill over here towards the signal fire in the middle. As you saw from that, when we did start casting, there's a single fire at the top of the hill here, so it's easily defendable with the range bonus there. The Goblin Warrior is going to easily be able to outclass these Orc Warriors with the poison damage. They are dealing a lot less damage, I do believe, but the poison damage just deals so much damage over time. These Orc Warriors will not be able to withstand it, even though both troops are in hold ground stance. But another battalion of Orc Warriors going to be on the field for Luke, going to get that single fire, I think, and focus on that. Maybe going to clean up the Goblin Warriors, actually, as the Goblin Warriors will end up cleaning up those Orc Warriors. But the Goblin Warriors are going to end up a little bit scared, as they do have to be worried about these Orc Warriors. They're going to take care of them. But another battalion coming up the hill here for Luke, going to take out, or I think he's going to turn around and go back and then take a single fire. You have a third Goblin Cave going up for MattysMirks, as well as a Lumber Mill going up, kind of trying to get his eco boost as soon as possible. This Goblin Warrior battalion is going to go around, I think, try and flank across the river for a harass over here. Where this battalion is very damaged from that initial engagement, did manage to win. It was going to try and sneak around and do some more harass, but the Goblin Warrior is just not strong enough, especially with that depleted battalion. Excuse me while I slur my words. But more Orc Warriors pouring over this hill for Luke. Going to try and get some eco down for his opponent there. MattysMirks did choose Tanland as his 5 power point to start off the game, whereas Luke has gone for the War Chant. So they both have the plus 50% damage and armor, but the War Chant is on the units, whereas the Tanland is on all units in an area. And these Goblin Warriors are going to find a slaughterhouse, excuse me, but the builder I think is going to be able to get away from there, as Luke did just produce that. Do you have the Orc Warriors, however, going to be cornered a little bit by between two Goblin battalions. They're going to be the War Chant choosing to go down there and attempt to save these units, but I think they're still going to go down to the poison damage from the Goblin Warriors. Another Goblin Warrior battalion popping out of this mine shaft. In the mine shaft, we have 3 Goblin Warriors for MattysMirks protecting it, and he's going to get another battalion going in there. So he's going to have 4 in the mine shaft. I think he's going to go for a forward mine shaft with this builder right over, a forward tunnel with this builder right over here. Yeah, this Goblin Warrior battalion going to be level 2, but actually a Horizon Palace going up to level 2 for going to go up and go to level 2 for Luke, and going to get some Horizon Lancers on the field for the cavalry to counter these and easily trample them. So clean up any sort of harass dreams that MattysMirks does have. However, he does have a spider pit on the field, and he'll be able to get those spiderlings now, which are very fast, not trampleable by units, or not trampleable by cavalry, as well as dealing high damage versus harassment, or excuse me, resource production structures. These Orc Warriors going to be able to fend off these Goblin Warriors. More Goblin Warriors coming in to finish them off, as well as these Goblin Warriors going to be finishing off these Orc Warriors for Luke. Luke going to push it back up the hill, as he did lose it a little bit to these Goblin Warriors. But the Goblin Warriors going to take a single fire, and then the cavalry for Luke, as well as the Orc Warriors, going to overwhelm them and take back the hill. The hill once again going to be owned by Luke there. MattysMirks now expanding to the south side of the field over here, has a tunnel over here. I think he's going to pop all his units out of there, all 4 Goblin Warrior battalions, as well as the Spiderlings. They're going to come out, or I think there's only 3 battalions there. They're going to come out, cross this ford over here, and go do some harassing damage. Might want to split the Spiderlings from the Goblin Warriors. The Goblin Warriors will be easily able to work on one furnace slaughterhouse on their own. The Spiderlings will be able to work on another one, be making more efficient use of their time. Luke with those horizontal lancers is going to be down in the base of MattysMirks, going to try and go around and find something to some harass on more Orc Warriors as well to support them. However, these Orc Warriors are going to try and go into the north. They are level 2, so they do have that bloodthirsty ability, plus 25% damage. It's a passive ability, so it just is as long as they're level 2. Excuse me, there's the burp, had to happen. As long as they're level 2 or higher, they will be getting that bonus there. These Spiderlings and the Goblins, however, are going to opt to go after a farm that's going to be, a soldier that's going to be produced there by the builder. It's going to go down, but the Spiderlings need to be breaking off and go doing another harassment raid over there. Needs to be making good use of his time, as he's going to easily get that slaughterhouse down, but he needs to not be worried too much with these Spiderlings focusing there. The builder is going to go down and hover to these Goblins. Goblins need to activate that poison blade damage, get that poison damage on these Orc Warriors so they can outclass them. These Orc Warriors are going to be going up here, take a little bit of preliminary damage from this Goblin there over here. And actually the Goblin is going to turn around, I think, and start engaging here. It might have been a little bit of a misclick, but they're going to come back and take care of these Goblin Warriors, more Goblin Warriors pouring in, as well as Spiderlings, which are a good counter to every cavalry. They are the fastest unit in the game and not trampleable, but you can easily chase down the cavalry. Once the cavalry just turns them around and face them, they will end up eliminating that. Level 2 now for these Spiderlings, when they get a little bit too close to the fort is going to focus them down. They're going to do high damage to this slaughterhouse over here, but they're going to take a lot of damage themselves. I think they might just go down here. It's going to be a big loss. This is going to be the level 2 battalion here. You do have these Goblin Warriors sneaking around. However, the Orc Archer is going to be looking to pick them off for Luke, as he needs to get some sort of range unit in his repertoire of troops there. You do have the Spiderlings now going to be heading back across the river, I think, as Luke is going to end up losing. Even the level 2 battalion of Orc Warriors here to reinforce, and Goblin Warriors are going to end up winning the day, at least in that area. MattysMirks now getting good expansion to the south side around this troll layer up on the hill here. Needs to get that in, though, I believe, as he has to get the Corsairs, and the Corsairs are a big, a very powerful unit, good melee, but also the fire bombs with a very powerful range. They just cause a fire effect on a single area, which is very good against your opponent's archer line. And it looks like Luke is going for some Orc Archers. I think 2 battalions in the field. Does he have more on the way? He does not, but he eventually could go for more and get a lot of Orc Archers. He wants to get that firebomb there. Some Eastlings on the field, however, to protect these Orc Warriors. They're going to move around. Needs to get some sort of pikes to protect him from the roaming cavalry battalion for, or actually protecting against any sort of cavalry that could come out for MattysMirks. As MattysMirks has now gone for a level 2 Spider Pit, got those Spider Bears on the field. Or could get them on the field. However, this Spider is going to have level 2, as well as a Venom Sex on them, which does get an opponent's. This costs 100 resources, but does get them that poison damage. These Spiderlings, however, can be sneaking around trying to get this furnace down, or the slaughterhouse, but they're going to have these Orcs going to sneak around, as well as the Eastlings going to come in. They're going to be able to take it down. I'm not sure it's going to be close, as these Eastlings are going to go around and try and flank them. There is, however, a creepman that's not been taken over here. 100 resources right over there. Free for the taking for anyone who does decide to take it. And now these Eastlings and Orc Warriors are going to push around, taking out this expansion from MattysMirks here. You do have these Spiderlings now going to be going around almost level 3. Once they get them leveled up, as they keep leveling up, they get more damage. These Eastlings taking out the creep in the middle of the bend here on Luke's side of the river. I think these Orc Archers are also taking out the creep in the bend for MattysMirks' side of the field. Actually, Gollum on the field finally showing his face, as this is going to have a ring mode, I think, on it. And once he does die, he will drop the ring, and any player can take the ring and then build the ring hero. You do have these troops, however, going to be pushing up the north. I think they managed to get those Spiderlings down. They're going to be level to... I'm not sure what happened to the Spiderling battalion there. It is going to be level 2. It's just sitting over there, kind of sitting. But now Gollum going way too close to the fort, taking a lot of fire from the fortress. And I think he might just go down here. If he does go down, he will drop it, and everyone will know, hear the noise there, and will know where the ring is, and will highlight and give vision to anyone who does have the ring as well. Or everyone will have vision of who has the ring. However, Luke taking a commanding control of this single fire over here. As far as single power points do go, you do have 8 power points for Luke as well as the Tainted Land, whereas for MattysMirks, as well as Luke sitting with a war chant and 9 power points. So he has I think about half a power point advantage over his opponent. But MattysMirks is going to take the ring back into the fortress there, and so his opponent will know that he has it in there. Now the Spider Riders are on the field for MattysMirks here. Going to go again, trying to get trampled. There's only 1 battalion of pikes in here. Needs to be careful though, as these. Actually, there's 2 battalions in there. I didn't see a second one. There's going to be a war chant going down, as well as Tainted Land going to go down. I think it's going to be for MattysMirks here. But it's going to be a second Tainted Land going down for for Luke. I'm getting my names on mixed up here. But 2 Tainted Lands being cast. You have the one over here for MattysMirks and the one over here for Luke, and it's going to be giving them both the bonus. But level 3 with this Spiderling battalion, but it's in the right front line. It's taking a lot of fire from these Spider Riders, and needs to get out of there, do some harassing damage. But I think it might just go down here if he's not careful and he's not focusing on taking it out. Level 2 Eastling battalion, I think, going to go down with these Goblin Warriors here. But I think these spider rares still taking a lot of damage, but not actually doing a lot more damage to these orc warriors. Now engaging them in point blank range, and the orc warriors not fucking down, kind of getting cornered and only down to 1 unit with level 3. The banner carrier spider just didn't go down. It's going to be a big blow to him. Meanwhile, since I was distracted, we do have, looks like MattysMirks going to try and make a push with some Goblin Warriors, but they're going to easily be cleaned up by the Eastlings and Goblin Warriors, or Orc Warriors, as well as the Orc Archers going to be able to just melt them from far. More Orc Archers on the field for Luke there. As far as caches go, Luke is sitting on MattysMirks is sitting on 800 resources, whereas Luke is sitting on 600 resources himself. Spending a lot of SEOs, but he does have a lot of eco going up in his base, a lot more think than MattysMirks. MattysMirks does, however, have the advantage of lumber mills, whereas Luke has opted to not go at all for any there. A lot of Orc Archers on the field for Luke there. Luke still engaged here with these Eastlings. They are not in porcupine preparation. They will not have that plus 100% armor. But in the advantages of the day actually do fight, where sometimes in porcupine preparation, the troops bug out and don't engage with any enemies that even go near them. Spider is going to go down the hill there, but I think they're going to retreat, as the Eastlings are going to be right there as a form of pikes, and they're going to fend them off. Almost 10 power points there for Luke, whereas MattysMirks is sitting at 3 power points after his 10. So that's going to be 19 power points, 20 power points for Luke there, for MattysMirks sitting on only 18 power points. Now almost a 2.5 to 3 power point advantage for Luke there. That's a big lead there for him in terms of power points. He needs that advantage to get his higher 3 power points before his opponent does get to them himself. You do have, however, a little bit of a harassment troop still moving around for Luke here. Going to try to take out some of these tunnels for MattysMirks. I don't see anything in the, actually, something's being inserted here. A lot of troops, 4 Goblin Warriors going to be coming in. Actually, I think they did just come out right over here, all pumped up, but they're going to try and take out these troops, but all these Goblin Orc Archers are going to get melted far. But there's no AoE damage here. There's still 4 battalions there doing a lot of damage. The single fire in the middle here did get taken by the Goblin Warriors of MattysMirks here, but it's still not being contested by Luke here, even though he has clear control of the map at the moment, with expansion up to the north and no real threat there, as well as just expansion to his side of the river there, harassing another opponent with complete occupancy of his opponent's lands there. As far as resources to go, MattysMirks is sitting at 1,500 resources, whereas you have Luke sitting on 1,800 resources. So Luke sitting on a nice fine eco there. Actually does have the industry spell after those 10 power point there, and has that casted on this core farm here, or slaughterhouse. It's going to be producing a lot of resources per tick. Actually, per tick is going to be producing 93 resources. That's a huge amount of resources per tick. These troops for MattysMirks are going to be a little bit unprotected. The Eastlings are being opposition. I think they got melted by the spider rares bow mode, and they're going to get completely trampled. The Eastlings now try and chase them down, but it's a little bit too late, as all the Orc Archers are now basically kaput. We do have, however, a little harassment battalion here from Luke, going to finally press forward, as it did have to deal with all those Goblin Warriors, but I think it did end up winning out. Just going to be pushing towards MattysMirks base, but the Spider Rares is going to once again try and focus down any sort of Eastlings in the area, and then going for the trample. Another very powerful bow mode cavalry unit, but nonetheless do the deal damage from afar. Also has that poison arrow ability, not on autocast though by MattysMirks. I think he wants to get that bit of a blunder there. But the single fire not being taken back for Luke there. You have some troops coming in the field, some more Orc Archers, so he's really going ham-fist on the Orc Archers as well as the Orc. He's not actually going for any, I don't see any level 2 Orc bits coming up in here, no Black Orcs coming out of the field, no Doom Pyres. I think he really needs to be teching up. Does, however, have a hero on the field. It's going to be the Mouth of Sauron. It's a good choice of a hero. I feel like he just need to get the buff advantage over his opponent, though, but the debuff is going to be powerful, but he needs to get some sort of buff on his troops as well. And he does have that access, I believe, to actually, no, I've been getting confused. So he doesn't have any. That is going to be the only debuff ability for Mordor. That's actually a good choice there. Does, however, still need to get the other Troll Cage or Gothlock on the field with the leadership ability. These Spider Rares still picking out the pikes from afar, but there's just too many there for them to really do any damage. But the Goblin Archers on the backside, and the debuff from the back cloud, even though with there's the Tainland buff there for Luke there, the Spider is going to go flinging around. That MattysMirks is going to have to be on the run there with the Spider Rares, as the Mouth Sauron for Luke is going to be trying to chase him down. There's going to be Gorko on the field, however, you can see for MattysMirks there. He is only level 1, he just came out in the field, so he's not going to see any experience. But you do have not really much in the way of production for MattysMirks. He's got some Orc Archers, actually, so he's got a lot of Orc Archers as well. So both players going really heavy on the Archer core of these spammy factions. Actually, these Spiderlings now moving around to the top side over here, going to get a little experience off of these these solar terrors. I see they're going to sit right over there. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to engage anymore, but as you can see right here, there's a huge advantage for Luke with Eco. He's got a huge amount of farms dotting his entire side of the map there, and he's completely harassing his opponent, keeping his opponent's Eco inside of his own base. The only advantage that MattysMirks does have over his opponent is the 2 lumber mills he has there. However, I think Luke is able to easily make up for that with his Indu farm there. Doompire is now on the fortress of Luke here, so he could potentially be going for another here. I'm not sure what he would be going for, but as far as resources stand, he is sitting on 3,000, so he's definitely going for a failed base, I believe, at this point. But still, I think he really needs to get Gothmog or a Drummer Troll in his army composition to get the leadership buff on his troops. He really needs them double buffed so they can just last a while. There is all the resources going down the drain, or excuse me, it's going to be spent. I won't say it's going down the drain, but it's going to be spent. And he's obviously purchasing Felbeast there. I think it might be either Morgmir or Kamul, as he does not have enough there for the Witch King. You do, however, have the Mouth of Sauron halfway to level 2 there. I'm not sure where Gorkul is in the midst of this fight here, but he might want to get him leveled up, as he does have that leadership ability at level 4, which is very powerful for the Goblins themselves. And I will give him an edge over his opponent there, actually, for MattysMirks. And there is Gorkul. I think he was trying to get focused down by Mouth of Sauron, as Mouth of Sauron trying to focus him down, but none of them are able to really win out that fight. Both have to retreat as they're taking a lot of damage. But Luke really having severe control of this area, completely having large amounts of it. The Spider Riders for MattysMirks are kind of paying off, as they can, as long as they can get rid of those Eastlings, they can easily trample all the troops of Luke here. But they're just, I feel like he needs to be investing in some higher tier troops. I don't know if he has the eco, but he does have a pitcher on the field, getting those half trolls on the field, the half troll Mordor, the pike units. But he doesn't really have any sort of pikes to be scared of from his opponent there. There's going to be Felbeast on the field now for Luke. Going to be Morgmir. So with the Goblins here, there are the Spider Riders with the bow mode, as well as the Goblin Archers for the opponent. But other than that, there's not really much, and especially right now, there's not much in the way of Archers to threaten this Felbeast. And he can easily reign supreme in the sky, take out these any sort of units, as well as the eco here. Just completely annihilate what eco his opponent does have. Now Mouth of Sauron for Luke, going to be taking out the troll, but taking himself dangerously close to death there. He will, however, be taking it out and going up to level, I believe, almost level 3 there off of that. Felbeast, we're going to be working down. I think we're going to get a builder over here, as well as they're doing a little preliminary damage to this tunnel over here. We do have a large clump of troops here for MattysMirks. MattysMirks still has the ring, but I don't think he's going to be able to make good use of it at any time soon, as he just has to spend too much money on keeping his units going, as well as keeping his opponent on the back foot. And especially with his opponent having such a huge eco advantage, he's not really going to have much of an advantage to be able to have a lot to spend there. We do have a Siege Raiders going up to level 2 on the field for Luke, because we're going to be going for that Cattle Spam. Potentially could be going for the Black Riders there, but I really feel like he should be going for that Cattle Spam. He needs to be taking advantage of his opponent's back foot. Really needs to go in for these higher tier units over here as well for the Black Orcs. Potentially could go for some Heroic Archers instead of the Orc Archers, which are very spammy, but just not that strong. Mouth of Sauron going to be now, I believe he is going to be almost level 3. He is actually halfway level 4 with that ability, which would be very powerful. Luke now conglomerating his troops, as well as his opponent is pushing towards him with a lot of his troops. The Orc Archers, however, are going to be quite powerful. War Chant going down. I don't know, my mouth was breaking out there. It was breaking out with lots of zits there, but anyway, you do have the War Chant going down. This totem pole going to be casted by the Gorkul there. As you can see, it does give basically a very smaller radius chain land there. But the Orc Archers going to be unprotected, as the Eastlings are kind of spread out on the backside over here, and the Eastlings going to come around and take out all the Orc Archers there, or almost all of them, take out a large portion. Mouth of Sauron in the backside, trying to get a few of them picked off, trying to get some more experience. But Gorkul in the front, taking a lot of experience here. I think he might go to level 3 here and get this Scorpion, which would be very powerful if his opponent has no spikes in the area. Even though the Scorpion is really buggy, it's very useful to have a cavalry hero indeed. Felbeast in the backside now, as you can see, is being quite effective, with his opponent not having anything to really deal with it. Potentially can lose the Felbeast if he's not careful to this level 3 farm, but that's it. His opponent has no Goblin Archers. He's now producing some Goblin Archers. There's the burp again. But he doesn't have any more Spider Res, and they're all occupied south here. So this Felbeast is really just owning the skies in the base of MattysMirks here. Now I think actually I saw another hero, so another Felbeast is on the field for Luke here. He's going all in on the Felbeast here. He wants those flyers to reign supreme from the sky. They're going to take out these half trolls, I think. We're trying to take the single fire up for MattysMirks, but I don't think it's going to be effective enough. Gorkul now up to level 3 does have that Scorpion ability, but he's not going to be mounted at the moment. But the spider bears, I think, are going to see the Felbase there, as well as Goblin Warriors. 4 battalions there, going to have the Chain Lane casters. They're going to be using their poison arrows, but not really going to do much. And take out, I guess, a quarter of the health of the Felbase there. Not really that scary. I mean, it will scare you off, but not really enough to take out the Felbase in one fell volley. The Felbase, they're going to be going back in, but you're going to take a lot of damage from all these War Channels there, troops. As MattysMirks is trying to take out these Felbase with his archers, going to take about half the damage of this Felbase, but again, the Felbase is still able to get out of there. Actually, the Felbase, I think, going to be in hold ground stance. Going to be a bit of a blunder by Luke's part, as in version 7 of 2.02, these heroes do take have speed bonuses. If you put your heroes in hold ground stance, they will lose, I believe, 15% or 10% of their speed. Or if you put them in aggressive, I believe they get plus 10% or 20%. However, there's going to be a summon for Luke. It's going to be the worm summon for Luke. You're going to go into the base and try to destroy all this infrastructure right over here. You're going to get the level 3 tunnel, I believe, as well as the level 2 spider pit. Potentially these goblin caves as well. There's going to be a lot of damage there. The Felbase for Luke now going to be going around trying to get out some of this eco in the backside while the worm is busy, as well as other Felbase. Luke really taking advantage of his opponent's absence to the space. However, he's going to lose his battle siren to his opponents here. I feel like it's really a big push here for MattysMirks. Could potentially balance, tip the scales once again, but he needs to really take a lot of his infrastructure. However, there is level 3 siege works and going to be black bears in the field for Luke there. Going to be a big push here, but he needs to be careful as there's so many goblin archers there, as well as the spider bears and the half armor archers. They're going to take a lot of damage from all these archers. They're going to be buffed from the, I think it is going to be the leadership of Gorka, who is at level 4 now. But these black bears taking a lot of fire from the archers, still taking it, but they're going down slowly but surely. They do go, they're going to need to go in and do some trampling, but need to be careful not to go too deep. I think they get out of there, I think, with just a few of the units still alive. But there's going to be that back cloud hovering over these orc archers and these orcs, giving them that debuff and making these troops weaker. The Wildman summon, I think, it's going to be Wildman summon. I didn't see where to go down, but it's going to be taking out this slaughterhouse right over here potentially. Although I don't know if it's going to last long enough with these orc archers in the backside melting his opponents. But these Felbase proving quite effective in the sky right here, taking out his opponents there. You do have these, I think that was the noise from the half marauders. They were just cowering in fear, and these Felbase are just owning them. Basically, yeah, I do not hate to use that term, but it's just really that's what they're doing there. It's going to be actually a level there. I'm not sure what that was for. It kind of looked like it was the bat. The bat just leveled up. It's a rogue bat, not part of the back cloud. But anyway, it's going to be leveled up, I think, for Gorka. Going up to level 5 or 6 there. It's going to be sitting in the back of the archer line over here, leveling up to level 5 now. At level 7, or level 6, he will get that poison slinger ability, which will be very powerful against his opponent's heroes. However, his opponent's heroes are kind of in the sky and not really affected by a scorpion on the ground. However, the Felbase are taking a lot of damage. Not really scary at the moment, but they're just, absorbing a lot of damage, not really regenerating enough of it. As there's now 2 Aerodens in the fortress of MattysMirks here. But MattysMirks able, I think, to get down the hill here. Could potentially get to the base over here with these spider riders. And the spider riders, they don't need to be worried about the black riders here. All these Eastlings as well. And they're taking a lot of damage. Actually going to be catapult on the fortress of Luke over here, as well as the Gatewatcher expansion, which will cause fear on the enemy units and cause them to just run away when they do try to cause damage. Now level 2 Orc Pit finally for Luke. You're getting those black orcs on the field, as well as the Orc Archers, but not getting the level 3 Harajam Palace with the East or Harajam Archers. He needs to be going for that, instead of wasting his time on these orc archers. They are powerful, or I mean they are an archer unit that is spammy and he can get them very cheap, but he really does need to be getting himself some higher tier units for his archers there. Felby's going to be going a little bit too close to the base, taking a little more arrow shots from the level 3 farm or tunnel, as well as the arrow dens here, but needs to think he can make it out of there. I don't know if that Felbase is going to be able to get out of the map there, as it did go out of the edge of the map, or it did come back, but it went off the edge of the map. If you do go off the edge of the map and you lose the control of the unit, I don't know if you're going to be able to get it back there, and you won't be able to rebuild it either, as it is still listed as part of the game. A lot more Eastlings still in the field, more catapults now coming in the field for Luke here. Needs to be taking advantage of his opponent's back foot with those catapults and go in and take out his opponent's production and move from afar there. But there's going to be a Drogoth on the field now, as you can see, for Luke. Luke needs to be using his Drogoth to take out those Felbase as much as possible. The Felbase are low health for Luke. MattysMirks needs to be using his Drogoth to take out the Felbase of Luke. He's going to go in there. Actually, a large move over here. Needs to be using this fireball right over there. Huge amount of clump of units there. I think he is using it right there. He is winding up and going to go straight up to almost a level 3 there. If he can get the level 3, he'll get that wing bust a little bit very powerful. I'm thinking at one Felbase and one fell swoop, going to be not actually going to get really any experience off of that. But actually making a bit of a blunder, going backwards towards his own base, not able to chase down this Felbase that he needs to just chase down. He needs to get his opponent's air support out of the sky there, but he's not going to be able to, as he just turn around and his opponent's Felbase does slip away from his clutches there. The Orc Archers, however, going to be sitting on top of the hill, protecting these catapults. And catapults are going to go down, as a lot of them do go down, but there's the archers still there, taking a lot of damage, shooting a lot of damage at Drogoth, but there's going to be the wing blast ability on the level 2 Drogoth now. He's going to use it on all those weak orcs, and he's going to just keep damaging them as they cast, keep blasting them back. More orc archers in the backside. However, there's going to be darkness cast. MattysMirks is going to be giving all these units a lot of bonus damage. Drogoth taking a lot more damage, but he's going to be able to mop up these archers. But there's the barricade expansion at the bottom of the hill here, for Luke trying to fend up and maybe take out Drogoth over here. Going to be the Felbase in the sky over here for Luke. He needs to get that Felbase back over here and take out Drogoth. And his opponent's Drogoth is really his biggest threat at the moment. You do have, as you can see, Luke is now expanding to this southern part of MattysMirks side of the field. He's really taking full map control here with all these eco that's lying around here. Actually, that Felbase thing is going to turn around. I think he's going to spot the Drogoth who's running after the Black Riders here, but the Drogoth is going to attack the Black Riders, and the Felbase is going to come back. It's got a lot higher health. It's going to find Drogoth here, and Drogoth is going to take a lot of damage. He really needs to turn and fight. He will deal higher damage to this Felbase. Might be able to win this fight, but if he just turns and fights, especially if he's in a hold ground stance there, he's not going to be able to outrun. He's going to take a lot of damage, and he's going to end up losing this fight. He just is not turning and fighting. He's going to end up losing there. Wow, and someone as well chaining going down the hill here. The hill is seeing a lot of action here, a lot of particle effects, really causing a little bit of a lag spike, I think, in the particle effects generator. Going to be level 4 for this Goblin Archer Battalion, quite impressive there. But these Black Bears are going to be the backside, not going to be able to take down these units from afar. All the archers at the bottom of the hill, along with a buff there from the Chain of Land, I think, going to be melting these troops apart. But they do have the advantage of a double buff, as well as the buff from the darkness. So they have a triple buff. They have the leadership, the PowerPoint buff, as well as the darkness buff. That's a huge advantage for them. However, they will have to retreat off of the totem school. 2 totem schools sitting on the hill over here for MattysMirks, so well done to him and not losing those. But there's going to be the Felbase there. Gonna come back. I think it was Drogoth did go down over there. I don't see him on the field anymore. And the Felbase is now level 6, so I believe he did take out the level, I think it's level 4 or 5 Drogoth there. Or maybe it's just level 3. But the Drogoth is going to go down, and that's going to be a big blow to MattysMirks, because that was an expansion here, 5,000 resources, and it's not going to be a cheap to rebuild, and it's taken him a while. Even with Gorkil still in the field, these massive amount of troops, Darkness still active. His opponent is once again pushing back, taking control of the map, really just cornering MattysMirks into his base there. MattysMirks still able to really have a little bit of breathing room, but it's not long, I think, before he gets choked out if he can't do any sort of damage to the infrastructure of Luke here, as Luke is really just keeping his opponent in his base with the spam off of his orc pits, as well as the catapults that are now going to be coming in and taking out his buildings from afar. This Felbase is going to be going around. I'm not sure what it's doing over here, but it's going to be, I think it's going to be in a battle stance, so I might want to put it in an aggressive stance so it flies around faster. It's not really in any danger. These Black Riders from Luke going to try and go around, I think, and pick up a couple of levels off of these mine shafts or tunnels over here. They're going to get a builder over here, but here comes the army of MattysMirks, and they're able to find them, I think, and get them worked out. Actually, I might want to use that poison stinger right there. That's really going to be the best use of that ability. You can take out one of those units quite quickly. And the Black Riders are going to take a lot of damage from these double buff units. They're gonna, actually, I think it's going to be 4 units surviving. All 3 of them. 3 of them are on low health, and 1 of them is on medium health. However, there's a large force from Luke now pushing the base. A couple of orc warriors there, as well as some Eastlings, and a lot of orc archers in the backside to just defend against any sort of push. There's going to be the Spiderling expansion on the fort. It's going to be very powerful against any sort of melee attack to the fortress there. The Felbase once again on the backside, doing a lot of damage. Going to be the worm summoned by Luke in the entire army of MattysMirks, taking out a lot of those orc archers, but really doesn't need to be sitting there after that. Neutral summon needs to get back over here, do some infrastructure damage, take out his opponent's infrastructure, but taking a lot of damage. The half-armor archers and the orc archers, as well as the fortress, it's just doing so much damage to this, as well as the Spiderling taking so much damage, and that's something I think the worm going to be completely wasted for Luke, it feels like. Did one little splash from his opponent's army, didn't even get a single breath off, I don't think. And the worm is going to go down for Luke. Luke still with other troops there, with the back clouds hovering over them. They're going to be debuffed. I don't know if it's going to be taking any damage there. Actually, I think it is going to be shot down. But those troops are going to be debuffed for a little while. Not able to do as much damage, but they're still able to melt all the troops of MattysMirks. And MattysMirks, with no troops really on the field to counter this, doesn't have anything in his tunnels over there. And the Felbase now working around. You do have the Felbase, I believe it was Camille, who did die there. He did come back. Morgrimir now is going to be, I believe, level 7 there. I really feel like, once again, Luke does need to invest in a Gothmog or a Drummer Troll, something to give him that leadership buff so we can get a double buff at least, as the opponent has had the buff advantage over him. The only reason he's managed to hold on to this lead is because he just has the equal advantage in the Felbase, randomly competing over the sky with the Goblins, not able to really deal with the Felbase with their weak orc archers without the fire arrows. The Black Bear is now going to get half a level, I think, off of the tunnel over here. Now, all 4 of them taking a lot of that fire. 2 of them down, only 2 of them left, and they're on low health. I think this it would be a good choice to just decommission this unit so he can get his Black Riders back on the field and try and get it leveled up, as these ones will very unlikely ever get to level 3 where they will start regenerating units. Catapult's now an aggressive stance for Luke from afar, taking out the borders there. Darkness being cast over for MattysMirks to try and counter this. This is for this push here, but there is that barricade painted in front of the fortress of MattysMirks to help defend this. There is, however, Gorkle going around the backside trying to go, but it's going to take too much damage. The Eastern's going to be protecting the catapults there. The catapult's just working down the fortress from afar. Not really doing a whole lot of damage there, but just consistent damage over time with no damage dealt to them. They're going to be able to eventually do it. The rock drop now going to go down. It's going to be the rock drop of Luke there on the army of MattysMirks. Take out all of his troops there. He has nothing really to defend this base now. There's going to be a Wildman summon, and the Felby's going to be dismounted into the summon there. There's going to be, I think, a doubt debuff, however, going to be casted by Balthasar on this army over here. I'm not sure where Balthasar is over there, but I did see the doubt go down. And it's going to be a debuff on all these. I think it's going to be a crit cave bat, but I think it was a debuff on the Wildman summon over here from MattysMirks. These Black Riders going to come back and trying to get some more experience out of it. I don't think it's going to be enough though. And Drogoth's actually going to be back on the field. I did not see it for MattysMirks. He's taking so much damage. He needs to get out of there with all the orc archers there. And the hell is going to be dismounting. Another hero on the field for Luke there. Going to be a Witch King now. So he does have, I believe, all 3 of his flyers. Maybe he only has 2 of them. I think he might have lost one of his Felbies there. But again, this is Morgmir with level 7. Has that Screech ability, or Dread Facade, debuff ability when he's dismounted, as well as that Morgul Blade. Drogoth's going to go and pick up these catapults from afar. With the Witch King not coming in, Morgmir is going to be remounting again, and they're going to both deal a lot of damage to Drogoth there. Drogoth really needs to focus on taking out this Felbase right over here. He needs to focus on his opponent's Felbase before he can take too much damage. But he's again running back to the fortress. I think he's trying to lure his opponent to his fortress to get them shut down by the air towers. But the fortress at such low health, they do decide to focus on the fortress. The Witch King doing one fell swoop, and here comes Morgmir in the backside, and the Witch King coming back. They're going to take a lot of damage, but the fortress is going to go down, and the Witch King is going to go up to level 4, I believe. Actually, Morgmir getting this experience, going to go up to level 8. The ring dropped once again, and MattysMirks in a bit of a tough spot. Doesn't have his fortress, doesn't have much more troop production, doesn't have the eco, has the opponent have full map control, really doesn't have any sort of advantage that he can do. And let's see if he can just get his Felbase in there or something, or Drogoth in there to do something, do some sort of infrastructure damage. He won't be able to hold off this attack long enough to get his fortress back up. As far as you do have 16 power points for him, as well as 700 resources, but it's not going to matter as he doesn't have his fortress at the moment, not able to use any of these power points right over here. Whereas Luke is sitting at 6 power points after using his being 2 15s, so I don't think he's going to be able to. We're going to be able to see. A 25 power point, but you have look at Luke's resource economy. He's sitting at 5,000 resources as his hovering there. He keeps spending it, but he's going back up to 5,000. It's just so much resources he can spend as much as he wants. Really should get some attack trolls maybe, or potentially a drummer troll. Really needs to get some sort of leadership buff on his troops. So I really feel like that's going to be a tipping point there. But again, MattysMirks, I feel like does not really have any ability to push back here. I mean, he might be able to get his fortress up, but his opponent has set complete map control for so long that he just has such a huge advantage in eco. Drogoth coming back to very low health there, but I feel like if these Felbase can find him and don't focus him, that's going to be a big blow, and MattysMirks will once again lose it. He's going to be the tail end. As you can see, it does kind of rain down from above. Fireplay, however, forward Drogoth is going to use it on all these troops. He's going to take out a lot of them, but it's not going to do enough damage, because there's still a lot of troops there for Luke there. You got Drogoth taking a lot more fire from these Goblin archers, or Orc archers. It's going to be the fireball going on them, but I feel like Luke really wants to focus on this Drogoth, because this Drogoth is going to be, lost Drogoth is going to be a huge blow to MattysMirks. Without his Drogoth, he has no ability to really push back, no advantage over his opponent, as he doesn't have the ability to produce him with the fortress. Going to be the Witch King coming in. As he sees Drogoth, he's going to work on Drogoth. Drogoth taking, actually not focusing on Drogoth, he needs to get Drogoth down. Drogoth is going to be the tipping point for you to take out Drogoth for his opponent. It'll be a big blow. Actually, MattysMirks is going to just go out and delete his buildings and call the GG, as he realizes he has no more chance to win that game. So a great game, well played to both players, especially by Luke there for holding on to his ego for so long, as well as MattysMirks for just holding on for so long. Using the Drogoth as a good counter. I feel like one of his blunders might have been not going back to taking out the second Felbase, as that would have been a big blow to his opponent with so many, it's costing so much. But again, MattysMirks are not really able to use his Spiderlings well enough to go harass his opponent, as he really should have gotten a few more of them going around all around the base for his opponent, and really just driving him crazy with so many of them all around and taking all those front farms there. Luke would not have able to have the eco that he did have. in the end, which gave him that huge 5,000 cash flow. So well played to both players. I really did enjoy that cast. I hope y'all did, and if you did, please be sure to leave a like down below, as well as comment what you thought of it, what you thought of my casting of it, what you would want to see. I really do appreciate when y'all leave feedback so I can figure out what you do want to see on my channel. If you are watching and you're not subscribed, I really appreciate if you would, because the subscription just really helped me. I'm building up for a big reveal for 100 subscribers there. I really, I don't want to spoil it, but I just want to say that it's going to be a really big thing, and I hope y'all will keep sharing this and trying to subscribe, get other people to subscribe so we can get that 100 subscribers and we can get to that special reveal at 100 there. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all tomorrow with another 1v1.